Last spring, I took a service call from a woman in a 40-year-old ranch house, and the bathroom sink smelled like rotten eggs and drained slow, and she was standing there holding a red jug of caustic drain opener from the hardware store, cap already loose. I asked her to set it down. The fix I used instead came from the first aid aisle at the drugstore. It cost about $1, and by the next morning the smell was gone. So why does a $1 brown bottle beat a $9 jug of industrial chemicals? After 35 years in this trade, I can tell you the answer is sitting inside your pipe right now. If you are staring at a slow bathroom drain, a kitchen sink that smells sour by evening, or a quote for drain cleaning you are not sure you need, you are in the right place. I will walk you through exactly what to buy, how much to pour, when to pour it, and what has to happen while you sleep. And stick around to the end, because there is a hidden spot on your sink that keeps the smell coming back, and almost nobody ever cleans it. So what is actually coating the inside of that drain? Pull the white plastic trap off any bathroom sink that is more than a few years old, and you will find a gray and black slime lining the pipe like wet felt. Plumbers call it biofilm, which is just a trade word for a living layer of bacteria that glues itself to the pipe wall and builds a slimy blanket to live under. Think of the plaque on your teeth. Same idea, except nobody ever brushes the inside of a drain line. That blanket is sticky, so everything you rinse down gets caught in it. Strands of hair weave through it like rebar through concrete. Soap scum stiffens it. The oils from shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, and skin feed it. In a kitchen line, cooking grease cools and settles into it like candle wax. Give that layer a year or two, and a pipe that started with the inside width of a garden hose is doing the work of a drinking straw. That is not great. The smell is the part that drives homeowners up the wall. Those bacteria breathe in their own way, and what they give off is sulfur gas. That is the rotten egg odor drifting up out of the drain at night. You can scrub the sink bowl with bleach spray until it shines, and the smell comes right back. Because the source is 8 inches down the pipe where your sponge will never reach. Now the brown bottle. 3% hydrogen peroxide is nothing exotic. It is water carrying 1 extra oxygen atom, and that extra atom does not want to stay put. The moment peroxide touches living organic material, like the bacteria in that slime layer, it starts throwing the extra oxygen off as gas. You have seen this your whole life. Pour peroxide on a scraped knee and it foams white on contact. That foam is oxygen bubbling out. Pour a cup of it down a dirty drain and the same thing happens in the dark, where you cannot see it. Millions of tiny oxygen bubbles form right at the surface of the biofilm, and as they expand and pop, they physically pry the slime off the pipe wall. The way soaking a lasagna pan overnight lifts the baked-on layer that scrubbing could not touch. The fizz is doing mechanical work, not just chemical work, and it keeps doing that work for hours while you sleep. Pay attention to this next part because it explains why the store jug keeps failing you. Thin liquid cleaners follow gravity. They run down the center of the pipe, glide over the top of that slick coating, and end up sitting in the trap in about 4 seconds. The buildup on the walls barely gets touched, which is why the smell and the slow drain come back within a week or two. Foam behaves differently. Foam expands sideways. It clings. It crawls across the walls of the pipe, and it presses against the buildup instead of sliding past it. The oxygen does one more job while it is in there. The sulfur compounds making that rotten egg smell get oxidized, which is a chemist word for burned up without a flame. The odor is not covered with perfume. The molecules that made it are gone. And when the reaction finishes, hydrogen peroxide breaks down into plain water and plain oxygen. Nothing harsh left sitting in the trap, nothing eating at the pipe. Hold on to that detail. because I will come back to it after we cover the routine itself. So let me give you the exact routine, the same one I give my own customers when I want to save them a service call. Buy 3% hydrogen peroxide. That is the concentration in the brown bottle in the first aid aisle of any drugstore or grocery store. The same bottle your grandmother kept in the medicine cabinet. Do not buy the stronger Salon Developer, and do not hunt down industrial grades. 3% is strong enough to strip biofilm over a few treatments and mild enough that it will not hurt you or the plumbing if a little splashes. The bottle should cost about $1, maybe $1.50. Do this last thing at night after the final toothbrushing. Once nobody will run that faucet until morning. Contact time is the whole trick. Pour 1 full cup, which is roughly half of the standard 16-ounce bottle, slowly into the drain opening. Slowly matters. You want it coating the walls on the way down, not shooting straight through to the trap. Then walk away. No water behind it, no chaser, no rinse. Let it sit 6 to 8 hours while you sleep. In the morning, run the hot tap for a minute or two to flush the loosened material on through the line. Do not be surprised if some gray flakes and cloudy water swirl up around the drain first. That is the blanket letting go. And take a sniff. On a smelly bathroom sink, the rotten egg odor is usually gone or close to it after the first night. That is the part that shocks people. It is real. I have watched customers sniff the drain twice because they did not believe it. For a drain that has been neglected for years, repeat the pour once a week for 3 or 4 weeks, then drop back to once a month as maintenance. One night will not undo a decade. 2 safety rules, and I mean both of them. Never pour peroxide into a drain right after bleach, vinegar, or a chemical drain opener. Mixing cleaners inside a closed pipe is how you brew gases you do not want in your bathroom. If you used any other product in the last day, flush the drain with plenty of water and wait until tomorrow night. And keep peroxide off towels and carpet, because it will bleach fabric the same way it bleaches hair. Quick pause. I put together an ebook called 50 Easy Plumbing Fixes that will save you $10,000. It walks you through 50 step-by-step repairs a homeowner can knock out on a Saturday with basic tools, the kind of fixes that add up to thousands of dollars kept over the life of a house. Scan the QR code on your screen to grab it. Now, about the money, because the money is why that red jug exists in the first place. A 16-ounce bottle of peroxide runs about $1 at the drugstore. Even doing a weekly treatment on 2 problem drains for a month, you are in it for $5 or $6. Monthly maintenance on every drain in a typical 3-bathroom house costs less per year than 1 fast food lunch. The jug of caustic drain opener runs $8 to $15 depending on the brand and the promises on the label. And because it slides past the real problem, you buy another one next month. I have opened vanity cabinets and found 4 half-used jugs standing in a row, like trophies. That family had spent $50 fighting a problem a $1 bottle handles better. And the plumber. A basic drain cleaning service call runs somewhere between $150 and $300 in most markets, more on a weekend or if the truck has a fancy logo on the side. I am a plumber, so believe me when I say the drain snaking part of my career paid for a lot of my equipment. Some of those calls were real clogs that needed a machine. Plenty of them were smell and slow drain complaints that a cup of peroxide and 8 hours of patience would have solved for pocket change. Nobody in the industry is in a hurry to tell you that, because a customer who maintains their own drains never calls. I can say it because I am off the truck now, and the only thing I am selling these days is the truth about which jobs you never needed me for. And if that cabinet full of half-used jugs sounded familiar, this next part is for you, because the trade-off printed nowhere on that red label is what the stuff does to the pipes themselves. The same product sold to rescue your drain is quietly aging your plumbing. Most chemical drain openers are built around lye, also called caustic soda. Lye works by chemically dissolving organic material, and the reaction throws off serious heat. Inside a healthy metal pipe, used once in a rare while, that is survivable. But think about what is actually under the sinks this stuff gets poured into. Homes built before the 80s often still have galvanized steel drain lines, which is plain steel wearing a zinc coat that wore away decades ago. The inside of those pipes is rough with rust, and rough, rusty steel plus repeated doses of hot caustic chemicals is a slow-motion demolition. I have pulled galvanized traps out of 50-year-old houses that crumbled in my hand like a stale cookie, and the homeowner could not figure out why, because they only used the jug when the drain got slow, which was every month. Plastic pipe is not immune either. When a caustic cleaner hits a blockage and stalls, all that heat concentrates in one spot. I have seen the white PVC trap under a bathroom sink softened and sagged out of shape, and I have seen the rubber gaskets in the slip joints cooked until they wept at every connection. A $12 jug turned into a $200 trap and tailpiece replacement, plus the water damage inside the vanity cabinet. Peroxide has none of that behavior. The reaction is mild, the foam works at room temperature, and the leftovers are water and oxygen. It does not sit in the trap as a hot chemical soup waiting to splash back at you when you come in later with a plunger. For a house with older pipes, that last part alone is reason enough to switch. Now the honest part, the limits, because peroxide is a tool and not a miracle. If your sink has standing water that will not go down at all, put the bottle away. That is a physical blockage, a wad of hair and soap, or a plug of grease, and no gentle fizz is going to excavate it tonight. Chemistry maintains a pipe. It does not dig tunnels. You need mechanical force first, and I will cover that in a minute. Second, on a drain with years of heavy buildup, the first night gives you the smell improvement and some visible flakes, but the full cleanup is gradual. The blanket comes off in layers across several weekly treatments. Anyone promising a spotless pipe from one pour is selling something. Third, peroxide has a shelf life. Light and time break it down into plain water, which is exactly why it comes in a brown bottle. An old bottle from the back of the medicine cabinet may be nothing but water by now. Easy test. Pour a splash over the smelly drain opening and listen close. A healthy bottle gives you a faint hiss and a little white foam within a minute or two. Dead silence on a dirty drain means a dead bottle. Buy fresh, keep it capped, store it in the dark. Last, for the folks on a septic system. An occasional cup of 3% is diluted so far by the time it reaches the tank that your bacteria colony out there will not notice. Just do not turn it into a nightly ritual on every drain in the house at the same time. Moderation keeps the tank happy. Let me run through the problems people hit with this, because I have heard every one of them. Problem 1. You poured and heard nothing, no fizz, no foam, no change by morning. 3 suspects. The bottle is dead, so test a fresh one. You poured too fast and it shot past the buildup, so slow down to a thin trickle next time. Or the drain is already fairly clean and the smell is coming from somewhere else, which brings us straight to the bonus tip at the end. Problem 2. The smell came back within a week. That usually means the colony is regrowing from a spot the peroxide never reached. On a kitchen sink, lift the rubber splash guard on the garbage disposal and look at the underside of the flaps. Scrub that black coating off with an old toothbrush and dish soap, because no drain treatment on earth reaches the top side of that rubber. On a bathroom sink, the usual hideout is the overflow, and the fix for that one is the bonus, so keep watching. Problem 3. Water stands in the bowl and drains over minutes instead of seconds. Mechanical first, chemistry second. Start with a cup plunger and a wet rag stuffed into the overflow hole so your pressure does not leak out the side door. If that fails, set a bucket under the trap, unthread the 2 slip nuts, the big plastic rings, by hand, and dump the trap out. 10 minutes, no tools, and you will probably find a gray hair plug shaped exactly like the pipe. Then start the peroxide routine so it never rebuilds. Problem 4. More than one drain gurgles or the tub backs up when the toilet flushes. Stop. That pattern points at the main line or the vent stack, not this one sink, and no bottle of anything fixes a main line. That one is a real service call, and an honest company will run a camera before quoting you big money. So here is the plain decision framework, the one I would give my own brother. Sink smells but drains fine. Peroxide tonight, then monthly. Skip the store jug entirely. Sink drains slow, but the water does go down. Peroxide once a week for 3 or 4 weeks. If the 4th week shows no improvement, pull the trap and look, because something solid is probably parked in there. Standing water, nothing moving. Plunger first, trap removal second. A hand snake third. Peroxide afterward as prevention, never as the rescue. Several fixtures acting up at once. Call a licensed plumber and use the words main line, because that is a different animal, and you want a camera and a machine, not a bottle. And if a contractor quotes you $300 to pour something down a smelly but functioning drain, thank him for his time and drive to the drugstore. Chemistry he buys wholesale is not worth a service markup when the retail version costs $1. Now the bonus I promised, the hidden spot that keeps a clean drain smelling dirty. Look at the little opening near the rim of your bathroom sink. That is the overflow, the escape hatch that keeps a plugged sink from flooding the countertop. Behind that hole is a hollow channel molded into the body of the sink, and it runs down and rejoins the drain just above the stopper. Water almost never flows through it, so it stays damp, dark, and undisturbed for years. It grows the same black coating as the pipe, and it breathes that same sour odor back into the room every time the bathroom warms up. Almost nobody ever cleans it, because almost nobody knows it is there. The fix takes 2 minutes. Take half a cup of peroxide, set a small funnel in the overflow hole, and pour it through in a slow trickle so it wets the whole channel on the way down. Do it right after the nightly drain pour so everything sits together until morning. 1 treatment kills most of the odor. 2 treatments, and that sink smells like nothing at all, which is exactly what a sink should smell like. That woman with the red jug called me a week later. Not about the sink. She wanted to know what else the brown bottle could do, because the smell she had lived with for 2 years was gone by breakfast, and the jug went back to the hardware store for a refund. Same water, same pipes, same house. The only thing that changed was knowing what the problem actually was. One last thing. 50 easy plumbing fixes that will save you. $10,000 also teaches you the judgment side of this trade, which repairs are yours to handle and which quotes deserve a second opinion before you sign. Scan the QR code on your screen to get your copy. And subscribe to the Mark Silverbridge channel for more honest plumbing fixes that keep your money in your pocket.